What's up, everybody? On today's show, we're going to recap day 4 of SEC Media Days as we give you takeaways from Josh Heupel, Lane Kiffin, and Shane Beamer, all talking with the media. Also, we'll sit down with South Carolina quarterback Spencer Rattler and Kentucky linebacker J.J. Weaver. Locked on SEC starts right now.
You are Locked On SEC, your daily podcast on the Southeastern Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
And what's happening, everybody? Welcome into Locked On SEC. It's great to have you guys along. I'm Chris Gordy. Thanks for making Locked On SEC your first listen every day. We're free and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, covering your team every day. All right, let's jump into it. Let's go around the conference.
Boots out to the right. Takes the handoff. What a catch!
Around the conference.
And, of course, we are putting a cap on SEC Media Days Day 4, where we heard from several head coaches. We start with Lane Kiffin, who gave an update on the Ole Miss quarterback Spencer Sanders. Kiffin told reporters that Sanders is now believed to be 100% healthy after dealing with a shoulder injury last season at Oklahoma State. It bothered Sanders throughout his final season there with the Cowboys and was still something he was dealing with throughout the spring in Oxford, but it sounds like he is ready to go now. So Ole Miss still with a quarterback battle on their hands between Jackson Dart, Spencer Sanders, and the LSU transfer Walker Howard. We'll see who will win that job. Now, Lane Kiffin also talked about his star running back Quinshon Judkins and what he was able to do last year as a freshman, leading the SEC in carries, yards, and touchdowns. It was the 4th all-time rushing performance among SEC freshmen, surpassing K.O. Dotley's 1949 single-season rushing record for the Rebels. Kiffin said, like any freshman, you can get a lot better in year 2. To have him as someone that also was a great college player that's gone through all the hype that comes with it, because his biggest challenge is his footwork and his pass protection, even though he's really mature and a great kid. Kiffin did say that the previous motivation for players was to get to the NFL to get paid, but now with NIL and kids are getting money already, their egos can certainly be affected by NIL, but certainly Quinshon has not been in that category. And one more note from Kiffin. He was asked about his new defensive coordinator, Pete Golding, coming over from Alabama. He said he'd been familiar with Golding for a long time, and he's really excited about the hire. He said, we're excited about the change and what he brings over from Alabama. I've known Pete and people that know Pete for a long time, and they're hoping it's going to be a good move for Ole Miss. Their defense could certainly use some improvement from recent years. And one more thing from Lane Kiffin. He was asked about the additions of Texas and Oklahoma coming in 2024. He said, I actually joked to Steve Sarkisian this week, I don't know why any coach would want to go to the NFL. We're in it now. I mean, our schedule's like playing in the NFL. Adding Texas and Oklahoma, hats off to Commissioner Sankey for getting that done and making the super conference of all time. I like that quote. Over at Tennessee, Josh Heupel, he was at SEC Media Days on Thursday, and he was asked about the Longhorns joining the SEC and who would get to claim UT. Heupel said, there's only one real UT and only one real shade of orange. So certainly going to be fun to see when the Vols play Texas. They're going to play Oklahoma in 2024, but likely to see Texas in 2025. Of course, Josh Heupel, he was former quarterback at Oklahoma, and he was asked about his long history there. He said it doesn't think that it's a very complicated relationship with Oklahoma as he gets to play the Sooners in 2024. He said the relationship with Oklahoma really isn't complicated. I've got nothing but great memories of the people in my time there. Everybody there helped shape who I am and where I'm at today. Still have a lot of friends and teammates that live back there at Oklahoma. So not a big deal there to Heupel. And, of course, a lot of expectations for Tennessee heading into another year with Josh Heupel at the helm. They've gotten better and better every year. We'll see if they could top last season this year. And lastly, Shane Beamer. He was talking with the media on Thursday with his South Carolina Gamecocks, and he's had some recent wins over national championship winning coaches. He beat A&M and Jimbo Fisher. He beat North Carolina and Mac Brown. He beat Clemson and Dabo Sweeney. Beamer said, look, those are all great people. Those wins that we had over those fantastic Hall of Fame coaches that you're referring to took all three phases, and everybody in our program as well. So for us, it's going to be our goal is to continue to recruit great players, bring great people into our program. He said there was a common theme in all those. He said in those games, North Carolina, A&M, Clemson are the three you're referring to. You look at it, we had impactful plays on all those games on all three levels, special teams, defense, and offense. Beamer did discuss an area of improvement for his team this offseason. He said the Gamecocks have been ranked last in the SEC in turnovers the last couple of years. He indicated there will be that was a focus for his team this spring. He said it's 2 years in a row our offense has been last in the SEC turning the ball over. That starts with me as the head football coach. The Gamecocks turned it over 27 times last year, 5 more giveaways than any other SEC program. Spencer Rattler, he's going to be the guy that can certainly fix that. He had 12 interceptions last year at 4 games where he threw multiple interceptions. He's going to need to cut those down. South Carolina, they will open their season against North Carolina on September 2nd. And there you have it. That is the latest going on around the conference. Speaking of Spencer Rattler, we're going to talk with him next. Thank you guys for making Locked On SEC your first listen every day. And again, coming up next, we'll talk with Spencer Rattler and then also J.J. Weaver, the star linebacker from the Kentucky Wildcats. That's coming your way in just a second. But first, I want to remind you guys this episode is brought to you by our friends over at eBay Motors. For a championship team, it is all about making sure every player is a perfect fit. And it's the same when it comes to your car. Every part needs to fit just right. So the next time you need parts and accessories, you got to head over to eBay Motors. With their eBay Guaranteed Fit, you can be sure every part you need fits just right the first time around. You just add your ride to My Garage on their website. Look for that green check to know that part will fit, or your money back, because just like in sports, confidence is the name of the game when you shop at eBay Motors. And with over 122 million parts to choose from, you'll be back in the game in no time. After all, it's easy to bring home a win when the right parts are guaranteed. So go get the right parts, the right fit, and the right prices over at ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. eBay Guaranteed Fit, only available to U.S. customers. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. Check them out today. Pleasure now to be joined by the South Carolina quarterback, Spencer Rattler, sitting down with us here at SEC Media Day. Spencer, what's going on, man?
Man, happy to be here. Great experience.
It's so crazy, man, how, last year, how things kind of went from the start to the finish for you guys. And obviously, outside the bowl game, you finished really strong with some monster wins. What was last year like for you? Was it just a whirlwind? New school, new conference, new opponents, new all that?
Yeah, through all of it, we had a great time, obviously. Had a lot of success. Did a lot of first-time things for this university that people, look over a little bit. Beat Kentucky for the first time in a long time. I think beat A&M for the first time. And, a few other games that we pulled out that was big for the university. And then, obviously, finishing the season out, that was great for us, great momentum for us heading into this year. It was a great feeling.
What was the biggest surprise, I guess, for you playing your first season in the SEC?
Surprise. Good question.
They hit harder? Are the guys faster? Like, was there anything like that?
I would say there wasn't too many surprises. I knew this conference is the best conference in college football, closest thing to the NFL. You see great competition each and every week. So that improves you as a player and as a group. So we embrace it every single week.
It's, you guys bring back a lot this year, and obviously getting Juice Wells back is huge. But just talk a little bit about some of those offensive weapons that you guys bring back, because there's a lot of continuity there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have a lot of weapons that came back, obviously, starting with Juice, had a great season. And, a lot of his yards came from, the Arkansas game and then the last few games. So we left a lot on the table. I feel like that's why we both came back. We fell a little short of what we wanted to accomplish. And, not just him. We got Xavier Legette back, Amarian Brown, Trey Trey Knox obviously coming in,
Yeah.
Josh Simon, a lot of guys. Nick Harbor, freshman, who's going to be big for us this year. A lot of weapons.
Tight end is a quarterback's best friend. You got to love getting Trey Knox in there, right?
That's right. And don't sleep on Josh Simon either.
Yeah.
Dude's a hell of a player.
What about the backfield? It's some new faces back there. Juju McDowell's there, but talk a little bit about what you saw from the run game, at least through the spring.
Mm-hmm. Through the spring, it looked good. Obviously, adding DK into the mix. He's a great player. A lot of experience at different positions, but I feel like he's a natural runner. So he's a good fit for running back. Obviously, beefed up. He's strong right now, healthy. He'll be a good mix for us, great leader. And then obviously Juju McDowell, he's another vet, explosive player. And then we added the transfer Mario Anderson, who will be a good back for us.
DK, we've had him on the show a couple of times. Just a dude that, I mean, like, I don't want to say underutilized, but like his speed, everything, like just get him on the field. And I love that he could take snaps at running back, wide receiver. Of course, he was a good quarterback. Mm-hmm. So, it's kind of a guy that can do anything.
Yeah, he can do it all. And that just credit to him, credit to his character. He's not selfish. He's loyal to the group. He'll do whatever to help our team.
You got hit around a little bit last year, but it looks like you guys, the offensive line is going to be improved this year. What did you see from the offensive line in the spring?
They all got a lot of experience. That's a good thing. I know a lot of people are sleeping on that group, but they did a solid job last year, and I know they're going to just improve this year. They've looked great so far.
What about the defense? Again, a lot of I look at the depth chart. I see a lot of junior. So a lot of guys who have played and have experience. What did you see from the defense?
The defense is always on point. I think it starts obviously up front. Tonka Hemingway, great D lineman for us, and then on the back end, the two sophomores with DQ and Nick Emanwari. Those might be the two best safety duo in the country. And then Marcellus Dial at corner, and a lot of other guys at corner that got experience, and a lot of young guys that'll be making plays on that side too.
Do y'all talk about, obviously Georgia winning back-to-back championships, and, everybody's trying to say 3-peat with them and all this. Do y'all talk about, them at all, or is it just kind of just the schedule as a whole? The schedule as a whole, we try to see nameless and faceless opponents. So each week we prepare like we're playing whoever. It doesn't matter. We want to prepare. Obviously last year didn't have a good showing versus Georgia, and obviously want to make it better this year. Yeah, and you get them early. It's a road trip for you guys, but early in the year. But right out of the gates, big test against North Carolina. I met you at the Manning Passing Academy 2 years ago. This year met Drake May. Good kid, great quarterback. That's going to be a heck of a, it's going to grab all the headlines. Spencer Rattler versus Drake May, big quarterback battle week 1. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great time. I love competing. I love going against, other great quarterbacks and, great teams. So I know this is a big rivalry, South versus North Carolina. I'm looking forward to it. I was going to say, how much have you learned about that in your time there? Just, we don't like those guys. A little bit. Still learning to this day. What can you do specifically, or what have you worked on for your game specifically, where you could take maybe your game to the next level this year? Mm-hmm. I feel like my body's the best it's ever been right now. About 215 pounds right now. Feeling strong, feeling fast. Obviously staying healthy is the number one thing. So thank God I stayed healthy last year. Obviously, hoping to stay healthy this year as well. And but obviously just improving every area of my game. Running the ball, throwing the ball. Just trying to improve in every area. You look good. So you look like you're in shape. You look like you're ready to go. Talk to me about the chain here. Oh, I've had this for a few years now. Got it back in, I think, 2020. This is a nice little piece. Rattlesnake. So I love it. One more for you. I remember talking with you at the Manning Passing Academy, just kind of, your time at Oklahoma, your, Heisman watch list and future first-round pick, all this kind of stuff that and you said it was nice being, not that you were humbled, but a little bit kind of, resetting going to South Carolina. Was it fun for you to kind of just hit the reset button and kind of get away from all that stuff? Most definitely. I've obviously getting to South Carolina. I feel like God took me there for a reason. It's got me here now, and I've just embraced every moment and enjoying every moment. Did you consider leaving or going pro at all, or were you dead set, I'm coming back? Oh, it was definitely on the table. We looked at all the pros and cons. Obviously, coming back, I get my degree here in December. I'll be able to graduate, so that was a big thing. And obviously, just feeling like we left something on the table. Obviously, want to come back and have a much better year as a group. Okay, last thing for you. When Spencer Rattler's not playing football, what are you doing? Probably golfing. Relaxing. Solid. I mean, okay. I'm not gonna say I'm too good, but I've been playing a lot this summer. What's your strength? Short game? Definitely not putting. I feel like off the tee and from 120 in, I'm decent. Okay. So you'll get within 100 yards, and then that's when things unravel.
I guess you could say that.
Spencer, always good to catch up with you, man. Thanks so much for the time.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll be back right after this. Pleasure now to be sitting down with a Kentucky Wildcat. He is J.J. Weaver, senior linebacker, been around a while. Man, coming back for another year. I know you're excited.
Too excited.
What was the biggest takeaway from last season for you?
Me with Ben, I got hurt like the third game, so dislocated my elbow. Actually watching and looking, we didn't have no consistency. A lot of people didn't want it as bad. We was younger, I'll say that, but now everybody older. Now we know what we want now, so I think we ready. This is the year we need it.
Yeah, it feels like I was joking with Eli Cox. It feels like you've been around a while, but man, such an impact player. When you're out there, every time you're out there, your presence is felt, and I know you enjoy being that senior leader this year on that defense.
Yes, sir. Yeah, most definitely what you said. Adding Coach Brad White, great defensive coordinator we have. He bring different strategies every other week to teams. So I think that's why we've been good.
How tough was it dealing with the injury and having to watch your guys? And then how much is that a motivating factor to get back out there?
Mental health. That's when mental health kicked in. You want to be out there so bad. You just watching. So it was hard at first. I've been through an injury before. I tore my ACL.
Right.
But it was more on me, focused on getting back healthy, being out there, but not more physically out there, but just being a coach. This Coach White and Coach Stoops, they big on player-led team, and that's what we are. UK is a big player-led team. So me, even being injured, I was still out there coaching, helping the guys.
How do you think they're going to use you more this year? I mean, do you want to play more off the edge? You want to play more just in space? How do you want it?
Man, I've been telling Coach White a lot. I just want to be more off the edge, more rushing the passer, attacking, going more downhill. So
yeah, because 6.5 sacks 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
You were one of the defensive impact players.
Yes, sir.
What did you see from this team in the spring? Obviously, a few new additions. I know Devin Leary comes over as your quarterback. You get Ray Davis in the backfield. Just what have you seen from some of the new guys?
We've been going at it. Spring, we've been 50-50 every day. We've been going at it because, like I said, we got two of the best offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator on our roster. So with them two, how smart they can game plan, strategy, put a lot of players in the position they need. So I would say we missed all the pieces we needed. We got all the pieces we got with our O-line, big blue wall. I think them guys is back. We added 3 from transfer portal.
Yeah, Marcus Cox comes in.
Marcus Cox, my boy, he helped me. Then Devin Leary and Ray Davis. I think that's the pieces we needed. We already had the 3 top receivers.
Yeah.
So just added them. Then the defense, we really didn't miss a lot of pieces. But Jalen Geiger's back. He tore his meniscus against the Florida game. But we had Zion. Zion was good DB. We had it. Corners, we got 2 corners from Ohio State and Cincinnati. Help us a lot. We just long and big on defense.
Eli said Walker is a guy he thinks poised for a big year. Is that what you see?
Deion Walker, that's my boy, But all Big Bird's been using this year is consistency. If he get him be consistent, it's over. It's gonna be over for sure.
Well, how excited are the guys to have Coach Cohen back? Because he brought so much to this team 2 years ago.
Yeah. He gonna help Berryon a lot. I think Berryon gonna have an amazing year. Isaiah Cummings, when Coach Collins' first year, Isaiah had at least 8 touchdowns.
Right.
So last year Isaiah flared off a little bit, but adding Coach Collins back, Isaiah gonna be a dog. We got Cat is back. We just loaded. I think adding all the pieces, he gonna get everybody touches.
And you also have Vince Marrow hanging around too, right?
Man, big dog still there. Big dog still there.
So he got married, huh?
Yeah, man.
He busted out some dance moves too.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
What was for you? What was the most fun part of your off season so far?
Getting my body how I want it, So I'm like 255. I said right now I want to be like 260.
Okay.
So just being consistent, working out, seeing everybody loving it, everybody into it. I don't have call me-ins. The younger cats be calling me-ins up, so it's crazy. I love it.
You didn't take any trips or anything though? Any vacation time?
Nope, I haven't really.
Man, just hanging out, Lexington.
Man, yep, trying to get to it, man. Trying to get to it.
Did you at least go to Keeneland with everybody?
Yep, we went to Keeneland. We about to take a trip. Like right before O-line, D-line, we go to Gatlinburg. Right before camp, kick back, relax, get on the jet skis and boats.
Nice.
For the weekend, and then get ready for camp.
Dollywood, do y'all do Dollywood?
No. I don't know. We just get big B&B, O-line, D-line being there, just kicking it.
That's awesome.
Hot tub, chilling.
And that's where you develop the team chemistry and team rapport really builds, right?
Yep, player-led team. That's what we do.
Yeah, it's so fun looking at this group. You mentioned the Barry and Brown, but having Dane Key back, getting Tavion Robinson back. I mean, it's as deep as a wide receiver crew as I can remember.
Ever had. Yeah, for real. And they actually talented.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited.
Well, and you guys have had such great play at quarterback. I mean, not to bring up old memories, but it was a few years ago. We're playing a wide receiver at quarterback. Now we go from Will Levis to now. I mean, Devin Leary. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah. Can't wait. I'm excited.
What do you like most about Coach Stoops?
Coach Stoops, how he make us be a player-led team. He don't be on. He be honest, but he don't be like strict on us. Like. He'll tell us good 2 times, and if we don't do it, it's controversial. At least he tell us and let us know. But he's a good guy, great guy. He helped me a lot with my father passing, so for sure.
Yeah. Is it crazy to see? I mean, we're not far removed from, Kentucky was always a basketball school, but it feels like, man, since in the years you've been on campus, that focus has shifted. Football has made a big name for itself, and it's people are coming to watch Kentucky football for, and selling out the stadium.
Yeah. I would say like Coach Stoops, all our coaches really just recruiting. They've been recruiting hard, heavy, and then just being a good player-led team, being consistent. That's what we've been trying to do. So lately, when they're going to 6 straight bowl games every year since I've been here, so that's a blessing. A lot of teams don't do that. They see that.
Yeah. Do you like how the schedule sets up? You open with Ball State, but you kind of get a couple weeks before y'all jump into SEC play.
Yeah. Right now, our big thing is Ball State. We always take them not little teams. I would say that because they still
you gotta take everybody seriously.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. We got that's what we gotta do. We gotta take everybody serious. We don't care who we play. So big motto is Ball State first. Let's get them boys focused on them first.
Yeah. Y'all get Florida in Lexington, though.
Yeah,
Florida. That's become a big one.
In Alabama and Lexington.
Yep. I was telling Eli a couple years ago, we had Benny Snell here, and he predicted. He said, we're beating Florida this year. Yeah. And then they all did. So I said, man, Benny Snell with the big prediction there. Yeah. What when you're not playing football, what are you doing? Are you a video game guy? Are you watching Netflix? What are you doing?
I got 2 dogs.
Okay.
Yeah, blue nose pit bull. Her name's Skylar, and I got a cane coat, so his name Rock.
Wow.
Yeah, so
you're probably out walking them all the time.
Yep, carrying them, messing my house up, cleaning my house after them. But I'm big on dogs. Taking my dogs on a walk to the dog park, vet, something like that.
Do they get out of control? You pull them back?
Actually, they train. I got them trained.
Okay, good.
I got them. I spoiled them. They go to doggy school.
Oh, come on now.
They so spoiled. They go to doggy school.
You give them treats and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. You got to. What was it? Skylar and who?
Skylar and Rock.
Yes, you put them in the car, roll the window down, drive around.
Let them stick their tongue out the window and stuff.
We talked with Hendon Hooker last year. He said that he'd do that with his. I said, "What do you do for fun?" He goes, "I get in the car, I put my dog in, we roll the window down, and drive around the neighborhood." I was like, "Really? That's what you do for fun?" But hey, if you're a dog guy, you got to do it.
Yeah.
We have cats. My wife's a cat person, so that's okay. We'll get a dog eventually. Last thing for you, JJ. What? Just one thing most of you are looking forward to as you head into your last year in Lexington. What's going to be the one thing that you really want to do, or is just going to stand out in your memory?
Just getting more out in the community. Helping, saving people's lives. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. So right now I'm doing like a bike drive Me and my mom, we bought like 100 bikes. Just giving away to kids. We going to Air Force Park. Me and my mom, we got a DJ, food, and everything. It's actually coming up on the 30th. So just being more in the community, helping my community out, stuff like that. So
That Louisville game means a little bit more to you every year.
yeah,
doesn't it?
most definitely.
Nice, y'all got that dub last year. Huh?
Yeah, shoot, you've been beating them since I've been here, though.
You've had their number, yeah, you definitely have. He's JJ Weaver from the Kentucky Wildcats. Thanks so much for the time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, more after this. All right, thanks again to JJ Weaver and Spencer Rattler. That's going to do it for this edition of a Locked On SEC. Thank you guys so much for making us your first listen every day. Shout out to our everydayers. You want to check back with us on Monday. We're going to have tons of content from SEC Media Days still to come with you. All coming your way next week. We'll have our conversation with the SEC Commissioner, Greg Sankey, some more players we caught up with that we haven't brought to you yet. Tons of stuff that you want to make sure you're locked in on all next week here on Locked On SEC. I'm Chris Gordy. This has been Locked On SEC. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll talk to you right back here on Monday.